time to come home.
Leave me alone!
These are the lives, just noise.
This is not my body. This is not my body. This is not my body.
You finish this.
Andy, oh my God, it's been forever.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
See you too, guys. Well, congratulations on Assassin. I love sci-fi, but I love sci-fi that makes you think, and this really makes you think. So congratulations on that, first of all.
Thank you so much.
And so tell me, Jesse, taking over the minds of total strangers who perform assassinations, everybody is a weapon. I love that concept. Where's the character of Adrian fit in? His crew is being hunted, aren't they?
His crew, yes, his crew is the ultimate target of, what everybody's setting out to do in the film, to use these bodies to get closer to somebody, and get close enough to, take them down, take them out. And, we keep the plot that simple so that we can do, what you said, keep people thinking and really, dig a lot much more into the morality of the situation of using these innocent people to kind of piggyback off of them to get closer to other people. And what this does to the person's mind who is jumping in and out of these other bodies and navigating that kind of, cognitive dissociation and, split in your identity and all kinds of ethical questions that come with it.
And that's what I love about your sci-fi is that it doesn't have to have massive special effects. It can be intriguing. It can use the mind. That's what I love about this. And
yeah, that's our ethos. I think this was all born out of how we don't have to have Marvel and Disney sized budgets in order to make the sci-fi concepts work and to get us to a place where we can really engage with the audience in a fun way.
Well, Andy, tell us about your character. She's a painter and she gets wrapped up in a caper that's pretty amazing.
Yes, I love that. I know, right? Like all she wanted to do was sell a painting or two, and Alexa just had to come on in there. Yeah, she definitely found herself in the middle of some drama. But I love that, well, I was about to give something away.
No spoilers.
I think what's amazing is these two characters are just they're one coin. They're just two sides of one coin, and Molly being this artist, she has access, and that's the part of this film is talking about that. Is like, who has the best access to our target, and she just happens to be wrong place, right time. And yeah,
the challenge in playing two different characters but the same person, and also Jesse, you can speak to this too. How do you give direction to Andy for something like that? Is it something you let her loose and let her interpret that, or how does that work? Because playing more than one character, but there's no physical changes.
Exactly. Andy, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I mean, I feel like we both talked about that, and there was really a great collaboration in figuring out, okay, what does that look like? Because we don't want to hit the audience over the head with it, of like, I'm Molly, and then now I'm Alexa, like it's. Can you imagine?
If only I could write dialogue that good.
We wanted it to be subtle, like finding those nuances. And for me as an actor, that was part of it, and Jesse was very collaborative and gave that access in seeing, okay, what did Namzamo do in a certain scene, and those scenes that we both had to do and film twice, with her doing it once and then me doing it also. So I can pick up on that. And if there's a small tick or a mannerism or something that I can bring into it, and in those subtleties, but it really felt collaborative, and Jesse really had that, I felt, that was very important coming into it, and something we discussed.
Yeah, and Andy just made up a new word, mannerism, which I've never heard before, which is amazing. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what Andy brings to the table, and that's why I like working with her so much, because you never know what an Andy idea is going to be like. And she's looking at me like she's going to kill me right now. So I'm going to move on to the next topic of conversation, which is, the most important part of connecting and saying that Alexa has now taken over, Molly's body. What was most important for us was the emotional through line. And we even talked about aligning the movements, aligning the bodies, aligning the walk. And I think that we did take steps in that direction, but first and foremost was aligning the emotion. And I think that it's a wonderful, it's not a trick, it's a technique, but it's something that Andy does in the movie very well. And I don't want to give anything away, because I think it's really wonderful when it happens. But I think it's really one of those great filmmaking moments where I was leaning on Andy to do the bulk of the work, but also Andy was able to trust us, especially having being familiar with the short proof of concept that we had done before it, that we were going to bring in other elements, like the way that we were shooting it, the sound design, the way that we were going to cut it, the camera movement, and using those elements to also help us do the work of that moment. It was really great. Like the first time that I saw it, once, very deep into the post process, the first time that I saw it, with sound design and properly, colored and this and that, it was great to see to see the kind of marriage of, the elements. We used all the elements in the toolbox to do it as organically as possible.
Andy, it sounds like Jesse's super dedicated. This is his first feature film. How did he do? What was his style like?
Oh my gosh, it was such a joy. I think that's, sometimes you don't know as an actor, right? Like you, especially with a directorial feature debut, you're like, oh boy, here we go. We don't know what we're gonna get. But I think you can tell a lot by someone in those initial conversations, which we did. We talked once I read the script and I saw the short. We hopped on a Zoom and we talked, and it just instantly you could feel the chemistry. And I think the greatest thing that drew me to the project not only is obviously it's a fun and amazing roller coaster of a story and really a conversation starter, but Jesse brings so much heart to it, and you could tell that there's such a caring that as an actor you hope for when you step into a project, that you're going to be held. And even in those days when it's crazy and pressure is coming from all directions, here is somebody who's still at the core of it is taking care of the vision. And I think at the end of the day, when you see this film, that's what you get to see, director Jesse Atlas, like, and the integrity that he has of really helming this incredible, behemoth-sized dream and vision of Assassin. And it's like, it's beyond. And I'm so grateful that I got to be a part of his directorial debut. This is awesome.
And not only that, Jesse, and finally today, the great Bruce Willis. I mean, your first feature film to have one of the most iconic stars of all time. So you just have to be like, if your career ended tomorrow, you could say, look, I made a movie with Bruce Willis. So I would see it that way. It's not ending tomorrow, but I'm just saying, what an amazing accomplishment and credit to yourself to have Bruce in your film.
Yeah, I mean, we were all really honored that Bruce took to the film. I think, it's really interesting. The story of Bruce is the story of how Bruce responded to the script and the choice that he made to come on and be a part of it. This is not a Bruce Willis movie. This is a Namzamo and Andy movie with Bruce Willis in a supporting role, and that's crazy that, you know, Bruce Willis is willing to show up and do that. But I think it really speaks to the strength of the script. And I think, you know, there's the story that's in the film and the plot of the film, and I think that that's attractive. And I think that there's the story of the film and how the film gets made and where it sits in a person's career. And I think that Bruce knew that he was like, you know, showing up to be, the godfather of action and sci-fi, and, you know, step in to help this movie get made for a younger generation, and really be there to pass the torch. And I think that he saw a lot of similarities in his own trajectory with the character and where the character is going. And of course, nobody knew that, nobody knew what kind of terrible condition was about to befall him, and nobody knew that this was going to be his last release. But it's very special. There's some interesting character paths and trajectories and things now knowing that it's his last film. When we look back on some of these scenes and some of these moments and some particular lines of dialogue that are just chilling now that you know that this is his last time.
Well, congratulations on Assassin. And I appreciate both of you talking to me today, and I wish you best of luck on the film. Andy, it's so great to see you again. It's been a while. Hope we don't take too long to talk to each other again.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Hopefully, also, season 3 will come out soon.
I'm waiting. Until then, we have Assassin. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so good to see you.
you too. Thank you both for your time today, and let's talk again soon. Take care.
Thanks.